The Avengers Endgame post-credit extras revealed. Are they worth it? When it was announced last month that Avengers Endgame would be coming back to theaters with new footage, fans were losing it over the announcement. Would they be getting a new extended cut? What kind of scenes would be added in? Would they finally get to find out if Steve Rogers created a new timeline to live out his life with Peggy per the directors, or if he was always in the prime timeline per the writers? Sadly, it turned out none of this would be the case. It was soon revealed that all of the new footage would be tributes, deleted scenes, or teases tacked onto the ending of the film, and despite how it was framed as a way to get fans hyped for Spider-Man Far From Home, it was pretty clear that this was Marvel Studios' last chance to take down Avatar as the biggest movie in the world. Unfortunately for Marvel, the Blue Aliens of Pandora still hold that achievement. In fact, you might say the box office record was the unobtainium of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But in all seriousness, despite their motive, it was still extra footage we've never seen before, so was it worth it? Was all of the post-credits footage from Avengers Endgame worth seeing it again for the 37th time? Let's break it all down. Also, spoilers for Avengers Endgame, obviously, although if you haven't seen it by now.
Look out!
First up, the tribute to Stan Lee. Now, while this was hinted at and rumored to be attached to the re-release, it was never officially announced, so it was nice to see Stan Lee's smiling face again. In the new footage, we get a behind-the-scenes look of all the times Stan Lee made a cameo in a Marvel film, going all the way back to the original Iron Man movie. As we cut through the footage, Stan Lee narrates how he remembers all of his cameos and how he never dreamed how big all of this would get. He was just trying to pay the rent by writing comics, with the clip ending on a "Stan, we love you 3000." Now, all in all, it's a nice tribute to the man who helped create some of the biggest superheroes of all time. And speaking of superheroes, what about that deleted scene? Well, if you have strong thoughts about dabbing as a way to intro a character, you might be in luck. Instead of the iconic scene where we meet Professor Hulk in a diner, we get to see the Hulk doing hero-y stuff by, actually saving people.
Look out!
In the footage, a fire has broken out in a building and the Hulk uses a large satellite dish to bring the survivors down to the police. And while the clip is unfinished, with the special effects out of sync and mostly just basic computer models, it's nice to see the Hulk as a hero instead of a frightening monster. Also worth noting is that Banner is rocking the purple suit we've seen in promo art and on action figures. However, the most interesting side note is that the officer in charge in the clip is played by none other than Reginald VelJohnson, famous for his roles in Die Hard as Sergeant Al Powell and Carl Winslow in the sitcom Family Matters. So does this mean that the Marvel Cinematic Universe shares a world with John McClane and Urkel? Considering the Die Hard series has pretty much turned into a superhero franchise anyway, we're 100% on board for this idea. And finally, there's a sneak peek of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, we've seen some clips of this sequence in the trailers for the film, but basically the scene involves Nick Fury and Maria Hill arriving in Mexico and then getting their first glimpse at Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio as one of the elementals attacks them. It's literally footage that we have seen in the trailers, so nothing too spoilery, just a brief taste of what's to come from Marvel immediately, because Spider-Man Far From Home swings into theaters on Tuesday, so fans won't have to wait very long to see exactly where that clip lands in the film. After all of this, the footage ends with a "From all of us at Marvel Studios, thank you." So all told, you get about 6 minutes of new footage as well as a new poster. Was it worth it? Honestly, we love our Marvel around here, but no, not really. It appears most of these features will be found in the bonuses of the digital and Blu-ray release coming in the next few weeks. We hate to say this, but if you're watching the re-release just for the new footage, it's probably better to save your money and just buy a copy of the movie when it comes out on home release. But what do you folks think? Was the new footage worth watching it again in theaters? Were you touched by the Stan Lee tribute? And were you just hoping it would do well enough to beat Avatar's box office record? Let's discuss. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? If you want to get notified every time we go live with the show or drop a new video, feel free to mash that little bell so you can be up to date on all of the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world.